Managed Participants is a web show and podcast featuring a group of talented people sharing their stories and art during a Zoom party. Watch it on Half Fast TV on YouTube or listen to it wherever you get your podcasts. Just search Listen Local Radio. Made possible with support from our sponsors and subscribers. Become one today for as little as $2 a month at patreon.com/listenlocalradio. Enjoy the show. Hey folks, Catherine Beeks from Listen Local Radio here with another episode of Managed Participants. It's episode 3. This time I have another 5 fantastic friends that I'm going to introduce you to. And here they are. Welcome everybody. So first off, everybody, let's just go around. Marie, we'll start with you since you are in my top left-hand corner. And everybody just introduce themselves, maybe tell where you are from originally, where you live now, and what you do.
Hi, I'm Marie Haddad, and I'm originally from San Diego, and I'm still in San Diego. And what do? I play piano, I sing, I write songs, I make dioramas, I do cartwheels, I don't know. And then I have other jobs too that pay the rent, but they're not very interesting. Well, one of them is I do serve cocktails at Humphreys, much like this one.
That's right.
In the middle of job. I do love that job.
In the middle of amazing concerts.
Yeah, I get to see all the shows and have fun walking around with all the happy people, and I love that job. It's great.
That is a cool job. That's an absolutely great job. All right, Mindy, you're up next.
Okay, so I'm Mindy Katay, and I'm originally from the mountains of Colorado. I currently I have a home in Yucca Valley, and I also have a travel trailer in Palm Springs and a little travel trailer park, and I bounce back and forth between the two. And I own a store in Joshua Tree called the Kama Connection. It's Kama, not Comma. And I make jewelry, mostly malas, but also other jewelry. And then I co-design and import clothing from Bali. And I have a couple other clothing designers in my store, as well as I do represent some local artists in my store too. Your store is so beautiful. I love, love, love it. Very cool. Thank you, Mindy. Welcome. All right, Dave French, tell us about you.
Hello, I'm Dave French. I'm originally from the Bay Area, but I've lived a lot of places, San Diego being one of my favorites. And I'm changing my musical endeavors to incorporate a home/mobile recording studio. And I'm launching that kind of soon now, I guess. And yeah, I play drums, play guitar, I do some songwriting, some singing and production, all kinds of groovy stuff. So, and thanks for bringing me on, Catherine. Appreciate it.
Yay. Dave used to be the drummer of my first rock and roll project, 8 Ball Rack in San Diego.
Coming soon to all your music stores online.
Oh yeah, and we're gonna zhuzh up some of the old songs, maybe write some new songs in this new mobile recording studio. So I'm excited to hear more about it later. All right, Victoria.
Oh, this guy. Hi, I'm Tori Rose. I am from San Diego. I went a couple of other places, but came back to San Diego and have been here for a very long time. Yet again, us unicorns, Marie, San Diego unicorns. There's very few of us left that are originally from here. So what do? I do lots of things. I am a vocal instructor, intuitive vocal coach. This is my little messy cat music situation over here. I am also a Reiki practitioner. I am also a professional musician. And I write and I roller skate and I love cats and all animals. Yeah.
Messy cat. I love that. All right, Ramona Alt.
Hi, I'm Ramona Alt, and I'm originally from LA, the South Bay of LA, which is Redondo Beach, Hermosa, Manhattan, all that. And I was introduced to bluegrass music, which I've been playing for years now, by Vince Gill. He came to, I had a little club in Redondo Beach in the 70s, and he was a regular, he came and just kind of attracted all these bluegrass players. So that was my introduction to bluegrass and why I'm still playing bluegrass these days. I have a band called Prairie Sky that I play with. We haven't been very active in the pandemic, but we Zoom because we miss each other, you know. And then what else do I do? I especially during the pandemic, and with Catherine, I've been writing songs. I've been writing my memoirs. I'm finally into the part of my memoirs that's really the fun part, where I'm writing about Nepal and Japan and Bali and, you know, the really neat places I went when I was 20. I spent 2 years traveling the world. So I'm finally writing that story. It just took one of the kids to say, wow, what's your story? And I was like, oh, you want to know my story? Here we go. You know? So, yeah, I'm crafty. You know, at Christmas time, I go crazy with the hot glue gun and the felt and the beads and all that kind of stuff. So.
Yeah, absolutely. You have had an incredible life. I'm so glad you're going to share it with people. I love it. All right. Thank you, Ramona.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I asked everyone if they would bring a little video that we could share part of about what's going on in their life or something that's coming up or whatever's happening. So, Marie, what did you bring for us?
I brought a video that was released right before the shutdown and the whole pandemic. So it wasn't really out there for too long. So I'm bringing it back, and it's called The Outskirts of Cool, and it's off my last record, which is now a couple of years old, but the video is kind of new. I mean, kind of, sort of. And in it, I have my friend Gabriel of Henix, is portraying my co-star, and he is a giant crow, he's on stilts, and we're walking through South Park and just looking at, crazy stuff, just me and a crow, and or just the crow. And the song is kind of about being a little bit on the outside, an outsider, the outskirts of cool. And so he represents that. And I don't know. Here you go.
I'm stumbling around you, so pass me another tonic, so I could start to think straight. It's getting kinda late around here, on the fringe of your crowd in the corner of your eye, on the skirts, the outskirts are cool. Like a sketch, I'm drawn to you, intuition strengthening you, like a poet I am spent.
I love that so much. Where can we see the whole thing? Your website, mariehadad.com, yeah?
Yep, it's up there along with some other videos
Okay.
that I have, and on YouTube.
Great. HADDAD.
AD.
All right, baby. Thank you so much for sharing that. I love that.
Thank you for letting me.
Yeah. All right, Mindy, what did you bring to share?
My video is basically just one of the ads that I do, but this one highlights malas that I made, and I like it because it also has, well, I don't use professional models. I use local women, usually my customers, and as my models. So it's you there. It shows them wearing the mala, and then it shows the mala. So.
I
That's it.
love your ads. And yeah, the photography is great. Whoever's taking the pictures of your models is doing a fantastic job. And yeah, great. Excellent. Thank you for sharing that with us.
You're welcome.
Dave French, you sent a little video. Well, you sent a few videos.
I was trying, yeah, I need to update my video editing skills. I was madly trying to put something together today, but there's a WAV file that's an actual mix of some drums and guitar I played today in the studio. There's also a video of me playing the drums and a video of me playing the guitar. I was going to mix it all together with the soundtrack and all that stuff.
Oh,
Working
wow.
on it, but just some pictures, and really the main thing I want to share is my website. If anybody wants to hear my work or anything, it's going to be at dave-french.com. So
Awesome.
And if you want, there's a phone number on there, and you can contact me if anybody is interested in producing or working remote or online, or
Yeah.
I can come and record a show, or record in an intimate setting, or I can record a full band up to 16 or 32 microphones at the same time.
Beautiful.
So we've got a whole splitter snake to mic up so it wouldn't interrupt the front of house sound or anything like that. So
Yeah.
just trying to put something together.
Good. Yeah. I want to talk to you more about your mobile rig in a bit.
Cool.
What did you bring for show and tell, Tori Rose?
Show and tell today. Well, I sent you 3 different photos. The first of which is the artwork for the most recent single that my band just put out on January 22nd, 2022, called Seek Your Sunshine, that was written in March of 2021. And we were still very much in like kind of the meat and potatoes of the pandemic, I would call it. And it is inspired. I mean, let's face it, I've been roller skating a lot because of this here pandemic. And it was partially inspired by roller skating and just making your own happiness, creating it because the world's not going to provide it for you, and creating space for that, and making joy a thing you seek out. And being able to, even if everything around you is crashing down, being able to kind of remain hopeful and to see the light and find the light and all of that. So that's the first photo. The second photo is I will be recording some trumpet stuff with Johnny Tarr. And I play trumpet in my band, but I'm not often asked to do it for other people.
Right.
And so I actually spent yesterday transcribing his horn lines. And I'm like, all right, getting the cue, the chops going.
That's fantastic.
And so I will be recording that this coming weekend, sending that off to Johnny Tarr for a song that he very ironically has called, and I just came out with Seek Your Sunshine. This one's called Run from the Sun.
Oh, wow.
So, right? I'm like, what are the chances? So I'll be kicking down that. And then the third photo that I sent you is this beautiful kind of rose heart looking thing. And my wife band, and I like to call her my wife band because she's my wife and my husband all in one.
Yeah, baby.
That during the pandemic, we decided to actually go forth with an idea that we have had for a long time, and we are now creating music together, and we're going to be releasing a song very soon, exact date TBA, but we're thinking to 22 because it's nice and witchy woo.
Yeah.
Spiritually sound. And that song is called Filter. And the name of the band, wait for it, everybody wait for it, Substitutionary Locomotion. So if you've ever seen Bed Knobs and Broomsticks, you will understand the reference. But you can
Oh,
also call Substitutionary Locomotion. It's a whole song. Angela Lansbury, it's wonderful. But we're going to also call it Sub Loco for short, which we're referring to everybody's a little bit subconsciously crazy, if you think about it. And so the music is going to be very like ephemeral, wooey, nature-based, lots of sound bites from actual nature.
very cool.
Interwoven, yeah. So like very much a departure from Tori Rose and the Hot Mess, which is like soul and jazz and R&B and blues and stuff.
Right.
So look out for that.
Very
Maybe
fun making music,
22.
making the one you love. That's so cool. Fantastic. Congrats.
Very excited.
All right. Well, thank you so much for sharing that. Ramona, you sent a video. Tell me about it.
I submitted a song called You Ruined the Soup, with just me on guitar playing. And You Ruined the Soup was just this thought that came into my head, and it was inspired by politics, you know, where you just kind of throw so much crap together and it's just sours. It's just no good, you know? And so it's a lot more than just a song about a bad breakup. You know, it kind of, I took it down and I boiled it down to kind of a personal story, but it really is the bigger story, depending on, you know, where you're at with politics. But so it's called You Ruined the Soup.
You boiled it down. I see what you did there.
You ruined the soup, what a tragic fate. It was undercooked and overbaked. I was whipping up some cornbread too. Now the soup is like a pot of glue. Don't say you're sorry, that bell can't be unrung. You shot those words out like bullets from a gun, and I don't know what's the truth or a lie. You left me hungry for my piece of the pie. You ruined the soup, it was that kind of day. It tasted bad, looked kind of gray. You know, we could have had a tasty meal. That soup has lost its appeal. You ruined the soup, what a tragic fate. It was undercooked and overbaked. I was whipping up some cornbread too. Now the soup is like a pot of glue.
Beautiful. Love it. Thank you so much for sharing that. And do you have a place where your music is where we can hear the whole song, Ramona?
Yes, I have a YouTube channel, Ramona Alt, A-U-L-T. And then I have my band. Well, I have a Facebook page, but my band also has a Facebook page, Prairie Sky Band. So, you know, there's tons of live videos of my band on Facebook.
Cool. All right. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. I have a question for each of you that's specific to you that I wanted to talk to you each about. And Marie, we'll start back up with you. What's it like? You're part of Baby Bushka now. Tell us about that incredibly cool group and how you became a part of that and what that experience is like.
Oh, I'm just overjoyed to be in this band, Baby Bushka. It is a Kate Bush experience, and experience. I think it's called the Kate Bush Experience of Your Dreams. I think it's something like that. And anyways, I'm one of 2 new members. The band has been around for 3 years, and we just had 2 sold out shows, one at Casbah in San Diego and one in LA. And we're going to be doing more shows, San Diego, LA, San Francisco, and then also doing a tour, UK tour in spring, Ireland and England
Wow.
and Scotland. Yeah, so very excited to be playing songs I love, Kate Bush songs, with these really amazing chicks. We're just having so much fun, and I'm very lucky to be part of this band. So
Oh,
it's been great.
So cool. You deserve that. You are such a talent, and you fit right in with.
Thank you so much. I've been doing some other projects with other people too. Like just yesterday, I did a video for a song I recorded with a robot. Talk about a dream come true. There's a band called Satanic Puppeteer Orchestra, and the lead singer is a robot. And so I got to do a duet with him. And we did a video yesterday, so soon to come out.
That's one for the resume.
Right?
Wow.
And sometimes I'm involved with other bands as well. I was just in Pants, which is the band Pulp, a tribute band for them, and that's really fun.
Nice.
And Super Buffet and some other stuff too. So it's I'm really and doing my solo stuff. So I try to do a variety of things.
Oh.
But Baby Bushka though, I'm I don't know. It's just such a thrill to be part of.
That's gonna take you some fun places. You're gonna have a blast. Enjoy. All right, Marie, thank you. That was
Thank
awesome.
you.
Mindy, my question for you is, I really want to sit down and have a glass of wine or maybe a bottle of wine with you and go deep. But for now, just tell me how you got to Joshua Tree and about your store. Is this the first one you've had, or tell me about being a shopkeep?
Okay, well, I was actually living in LA. I've been a library director it was like my 3rd career, and I did it for a little over 14 years. And then I was doing some social justice nonprofit work in LA, and that ended. And I don't know, I just really felt drawn to the desert. And I had only been up here 2 times over the years.
Wow.
And when I'd come up, I'd never thought about, oh, do I want to live in the desert? It just, no. But for some reason, I had gone through a very traumatic experience. And I guess the healing that I needed to do was in the desert. So I moved up here, and then I'm 63, and I finally was going to get this to happen, and I was so freaking excited. So I started in Costa Rica, and then I moved on to Bali, and then COVID happened, and so I had to cancel the rest of the trip. Moved came back, and really did nothing. And was very lost, honestly, as most, I think everybody was. And, but then a friend of mine said she was moving out of her space in Joshua Tree, and she thought it would be perfect for my jewelry. So I got in touch with the landlords, and I ended up getting the space in December of 2020. Well, I just had my 1-year anniversary. So yeah, 2020, right in the middle of COVID.
Wow.
And it seemed pretty small. I mean, like empty with just my jewelry. So I remembered all the clothing in Bali, and I hooked up with this woman-owned company in Bali and started co-designing and importing the clothes. And then also it was hard to get people to stop at my store. So I started doing live music in the back outside, and I started an outdoor market. And that was really wonderful because I finally met people and felt like I belonged here, which before that I didn't really know people.
Yeah.
So now I've moved to a different space and I can't do that anymore. But that's really what started me.
That's fantastic. Wow. I guess I thought it had been a longer duration. So that is so fantastic that you've done so much in such a little time because you moved out of that space into a larger space now.
Yes, larger space. And also I now am, well, and I'm online, and also am sharing the space in Palm Springs.
Oh, wow, cool.
Yeah.
Fantastic, Mindy. And I do love how you include all the, the local artisans and that you have such a wide variety in your shop, but the feel of it is just so cool. You're a great curator. It's wonderful. Good stuff. All right, well, cool. Thank you, Mindy. Dave French, you are changing careers midstream, sort of, in a way.
Sort of. Yeah, my family, my daughters are in Oklahoma, and I'm up here in Chico in Northern California. And so for the near and long term, I'm going to be in kind of both places, Oklahoma and California. And so I'm kind of marrying my love of road trips and my music and my desire to record and all those things. And I'm just trying to mush them all into one and get to see my girls more often too. So trying this out, and I'm fortunate enough to work in IT. So the better that mobile internet gets, the more places I can work from. So yeah, I'm kicking this thing off. My first big experiment will be next week. So
what are you doing next week?
I am coming to record with a good old friend named Catherine.
Oh,
so.
That's right.
Yeah, how about that? Yeah, so this will be the inaugural run of my little Dave French mobile recording rig.
Nice.
We'll record for a couple days, and then I'll zip off to Oklahoma to see my daughters and come on back. And I don't know.
Dig it. Well, congratulations, Dave. I'm so excited for you. I think
Thanks.
it's such a perfect thing.
Yeah, just one part of a new evolution,
Yeah.
So
yeah, indeed.
And thanks.
Tori Rose, I have a few things written down for you. Because, well, you have started a resurgence in roller skating in San Diego. Everywhere I look, people are skating, and I love it. They are having so much fun. Have you always skated, or did you pick it back up at some point? What happened?
Oh, I picked it back up, but I stopped for 20 years.
Yeah.
So it was actually the pandemic that brought it back out of me, because I was like, I'm not sitting inside. They've closed all the gyms. What am I going to do with myself? And I was like, well, skating's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And at least that makes you feel free in the actual doing of it, right in the moment.
Yeah.
And it forces you to be present. And it also makes you engage with your inner child.
Yeah.
So I was all game for that. But I wanted to be either a professional figure skater when I was little, or a singer. So I guess one of those came true.
I love it. Well, I love the movement you started.
Now I'm working on on stage.
The one thing you didn't mention was that you also make jewelry. And are you still making?
Yes, I do. Oh yeah, I make Reiki blessed crystal and gemstone jewelry.
Right.
And it's an extension of the Reiki practice, because let's face it, not everybody can get together for a session or has time for one or whatever. And so working with crystals and gemstones and all this ancient locked in energy, using it for your own purposes, for like on the go, right? Just for that little bit of added support, mindfulness too, to be like, you know what, I need this thing today. So I'm going to make sure that I have something on me to not only remind me, but to like infiltrate my subtle bodies, as we like to call it, my energetic subtle bodies, and let it do its work on you while you remain a little bit mindful about going about your day, instead of being a victim to it, right? You're trying to system override.
Yeah. Indeed. And so if someone were to take a vocal lesson with you, there, besides just the vocal thing, you give so much more, like just that kind of information and that kind of reminder of tapping into the source, and just, you have a lot to give some little grasshopper person, or I guess grasshopper is the one giving.
Any age of grasshopper.
Right. Right. So, but I think spending just a small amount of time with you is just so good for the human body and mind. So I encourage people to do that. And so where can people find out about all that? The vocal lesson,
Yeah,
the
all the
Reiki,
different things.
jewelry,
So
yeah.
so in terms of the Reiki stuff, you can go to Rose Wellness. That's Rose with a Z, ROZE wellness.com. And that's actually going to shoot you to my Etsy. But on there, I do have a service, and you can also find me on Instagram or Facebook. Send me a message. My phone number is posted on there as well. You'll find that. And then in terms of music lesson or voice lessons, not music lessons, intuitive vocal lessons. We're going to keep this nice and straight here. You can go to messycatmusic.com. You can also shoot me a message on Facebook. And then I didn't even mention my band's stuff. You can go to toryrose.com. Tori with an I, Rose with a Z. All things having to do with my band and having to do with my own individual stuff. It's all on there. It's kind of a one-stop shop
I
for
like
music-related things.
I like it. Directory. Thank you so much, Tori. All right, Ramona Alt, I wanted to ask
Yeah.
you about how much fun it's going to be to, I guess it's not a question, it's just a comment. How much fun is it going to be to sing backups for the Desert Drama Club?
This is going to be the second time Catherine and I have had a chance to be the girl singers for a really, well, we were in a trio with Cece before. Now we're going to be the doo-wop girls for the Desert Drama Club band. Yes, and it'll be so fun. I love the way, Catherine, you're bridging the desert and San Diego. You're kind of making us go back and forth so much that it doesn't seem like such a big deal anymore.
Yeah,
To-
it's
to
really
just
not.
Drive out to the desert or run down here. You're making it. You're
Good.
making it. I
Good.
love that.
Yeah, I think that as the time goes on, I'm gonna continue to have the songwriter retreats and stuff here at Hard Acres. But for instance,
Uh-huh.
I'm going tomorrow to talk to Rolo and Terry at the Joshua Tree Retreat Center, Mindy, to talk about potentially having an event there, because I can have a larger one there. And
Oh
so
yeah.
so I hope to, and of course we'll be back at the Palms, of course, to do another event
Uh-huh.
there at some point. But yeah, I think that the more we do these events up here, people realize it's not a big drive. Johnny does it once, twice a week, commuting down to San Diego.
Right.
So although he's not doing it
Mm-hmm.
so much more now, but anyway, yeah, thank you. I agree. And Ramona, I also just wanted to touch on, because earlier you were talking and you kind of broke up a little bit, that you got hooked on bluegrass when you met Vince Gill, and some of the photos of the folks that went through your restaurant, your music club during that time. It's just amazing. You tell us some of the folks that graced your stage.
The
Oh, yeah.
best known were Willie Nelson, Rodney Crowell, Bonnie Raitt, Emmylou Harris. So those were the level of people that we were fortunate enough to have. I had a club in Redondo Beach with about 6 partners, and we formed this club because in the mid 70s it was disco everywhere, and we were into, it was actually bluegrass and blues. So that and basically anything but disco. Okay, so we ended up. Vince Gill came out just at 18, came out to California from Oklahoma, and he was working up in LA, but he ended up making his home our club and all the guys that were the regular players at my club. So he met his wife there. I've known her since back then. So watched, she had their daughter. So I've been friends with their family for all this time. Waitress, but I started singing. I would sometimes put my beer tray down and get up on the stage and sing several songs.
That sounds fantastic. I can't even imagine. It's like a dream. What a time that must have been.
Once the pandemic hit, I thought, well, what do I want to do with my time? And I decided, well, I want to be a better singer and I want to write some songs. So I went from having written about a dozen songs all my life to writing a dozen songs within 2 years.
Awesome.
And Tori, one of your classes was an inspiration for one of my songs, and it was a completely unique approach to songwriting. So I want to thank you for that song. It's oh my gosh, I can't remember the name of it now, but wrap me up in your sunshine, melt me with your kiss, fingers tangled up in my hair as you rock me in my bliss.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
Sounds like a
sexy song. Torchy.
Yes.
Well, so cool. Well, I hope that people will come to the First Desert Drama Club gig that's going to be on March 19th at First World. Mindy, have you been to First World? Yeah, Mindy knows then. This place, you guys, is incredible. It's Bobby First is this artist, and he has built these beautiful Quonset hut art exhibits and big beautiful stage in Joshua Tree. And I have yet to be there physically, but I've seen the video and it's really cool. Mindy, how is it? Is it awesome?
Yeah, I went and I saw Hammer of the Oz and a couple other bands just a week or week and a half ago.
Right.
And I've been there for a couple other events, but it's a fabulous place to spend money and to give money, because he does really good things and gives a lot of opportunity to artists. So, and it's just a fun place to be.
Yeah, we're excited. I can't wait. There's a video on YouTube. You can check it out. First World is FURST. So we're excited. Okay, cool. Well, we have one final round of questions, and I'm basically just going to ask you to tell me what you have coming up, what's on the horizon. And I know some of you already told us how to reach you, but if you haven't told us yet, let us know the best way to contact you. Marie, why don't you start us off?
Well, I've got some shows with Baby Bushka coming up in April. And then if you want to travel over to UK, come see us there too.
Yeah.
As far as solo shows, I'm playing my own set of my music at Earth Day in Balboa Park, as far as I know, unless it gets postponed. I was scheduled to play it 3 years ago. It's just been kept moving. 2 years ago.
Right.
Where are we? I don't know.
I know.
And you can check out my songs and my videos on my website. I have a bunch of videos up on my video page, and I think that if you're interested, that's a good introduction to various stages of my solo music career. Thanks so much for having me, Catherine.
Thank you, Marie. I love hanging out with you. Mindy, what do you have coming up?
So I don't have any events because I don't do the live music anymore, unfortunately. And I just had my first year anniversary party. But I do have a website, so it's the KAMAconnection.com. Pretty much everything I have is on there, and it's always growing and expanding. And like I said, some of my stuff is in Palm Springs, and that's open 7 days a week. Inside Art FX, which is really wonderful. Art FX is an incredible store, which is also in Yucca Valley, a huge one in Yucca Valley.
Okay.
And it's full of paintings and sculpture and silver jewelry that Carlos Reyes the owner and the artist has made in Bali. So it's really a good mix. So I have a few things at the store there, and then the store in Joshua Tree is open pretty much Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I was doing some markets. Right now, I'm not doing any markets. Probably when summer comes, I'll start to do markets again.
Yeah.
And, that's just making jewelry and buying clothes. And I do have a new line of those stretch flare pants coming that
Yeah.
are really crazy. I'm crazy about them. They're amazing. I will send you a picture when they come.
Please.
And I'm so excited about that. And and I just want to say thank you. And when I saw you at the Palms, that's the first time I've ever been there. Oh my God, I love the Palms. I can't wait to go back. The best $7 hamburger I've ever had in my life. I mean, amazing, right?
We love
And
the Palms.
it's such great music, all that work you did. And I really appreciate you having me on the show too. And I'd love to have a drink anytime. Let me know.
Yay, good, Mindy. Fantastic. Absolutely. We have a date. Yeah, that was such a great show at the Palms. And Kevin and Laura are just some fabulous, fabulous people. Everybody that is involved with the Palms are just really neat people. And Laura's been having those dinner parties where it's just this beautiful vegan meal that she creates with another chef. And they're doing really cool stuff out there. So I'm glad you got to check it out. Dave French, you were there.
I was there.
What do you have coming up?
Oh God, I still have Black Kawasaki in my head.
Yeah.
They were so good. I got to go through my videos and see if I had any of that. But
Yeah.
man, I'm looking forward to coming down there, not this weekend, but the weekend after, to record with you, Catherine.
Yeah.
It's going to be, I can't think of a better, person to come or to come visit. And with this new rig that I'm putting together, it's going to be fun. And I guess I want to talk about one other thing that's kind of near and dear to me is I'm going to be launching soon a new podcast focused on recovery, which is kind of what I've been going through and things like that. It's going to be called the R4 podcast, relapse, recovery, rebirth, and recording it all. So it's going to be kind of like my journey in recovery and talking to other people that have kind of experienced that in their lives or lives of people they care about too. So it's kind of merging all the things that are kind of special to me with recording and my new sober journey and music and just kind of mixing it all together. So
I love that, Dave. Fantastic.
So yeah, one more shout out. The website is dave-french.com. Hopefully that's going to be the main site for everything that I'll be doing music wise, and keep an eye out for the podcast. It's gonna launch soon-ish.
Love it. I love it.
Oh, and then the last one, keep an eye out for 8 Ball Rec, wherever you listen to your streams. So.
All right, cool.
I know, crazy, right?
Thank you, Dave. No, it's good that that's finally available
after 20
for all
years.
the world to hear after 20 years. Yeah, it's all
crazy.
Right. Maybe we'll make it after all.
Right.
Oh, Tori Rose, what do you have on the horizon, babe?
Oh, you know what? You guys are giving me ideas. I have like 25-year-old recordings of Carne Ascada, a San Diego ska band that I was
Carne Ascada.
cassette tape that might make it to digital.
Talk to me.
Oh, man, get it off that cassette, girl.
That's right. I know. We need to plug that into something.
Carne Ascada. Oh my God.
We were kids. We didn't know better. Yeah, it was all about inserting ska into every.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah, you could. We're like Scalsa, California. I'm like, Alaska. Oh, they already did that one. Like,
Oh my God. Salsa.
Scalsa.
Wow. Okay.
All right, so coming up for myself here. Let's see. Well, number one, we've got the good old song that just came out. Go to your local Spotify, iTunes, Pandora, Bandcamp, blah blah blah. Look for Seek Your Sunshine by Toy Rose and Hot Mess. All right, so there's that. But the band has not played together in a minute, and we're kind of slowly coming back together.
Good.
And we will be playing February 26th at Black Rail Kitchen. And that is outdoors because we're sticking to the outdoor affairs. We're keeping everybody safe.
Yes,
We're
girl.
still in a pandemic,
Yes,
still
girl.
dealing with it. So that's happening. And then we're going to trickle into some more shows like, so February 26th, Black Rail Kitchen, April 23rd, Grand Old Barbecue. And then we're supposed to go on a tour that was planned for 2020 to the Bay Area. June 22nd through 26th. May or may not happen. Stay tuned to find out. Go to ToriRose.com, TORIROZE. You're welcome. And what else is happening? I think that's mostly it. And then the release that my wife and I are doing with Substitutionary Locomotion. Filter is the name of the song. It will be on your local iTunes, Pandora, Spotify, all the things.
You're good.
And that will be coming out on 2/22/22.
I love that. I love that release date. Fantastic. You are so good at all the things, Tori Rose. You really are.
Just go in the direction of your passion and suck at stuff for a while. I promise you'll get better.
That's right. Yep. All right, Ramona, what's coming up for you?
I recorded all the vocals for JT Mooring's CD. And instead of taking payment, I got studio credit time with him.
Nice.
So I'm excited about taking my new original group of songs and at least getting them into a, if not their most ultimate fantastic form, a recorded form, and I can lay on some harmonies and make them sound good. And his CD release party is February 27th, which is the Sunday, and that's from 1 to 5 in his big backyard, and that's a big open situation too. And so then my next thing once that's over is to start tuning into the Desert Drama Club music, and eventually I hope to get to his place to recording all my original songs.
Yeah. Cool, Ramona. Well, we have another prompt, so you have time to write another few more songs for that album. Time Zone is the game prompt this time, and it's this coming Sunday.
Right.
If you
Yes, I know. Gotta get busy.
I know, me too. I like the prompt too. Time Zone kind of keeps it open to.
Yeah, it's the first one I've kind of been inspired to even try a song for a little while.
Yeah. Well, that's everyone's homework then. Write a song to Time Zone, and we'll see you on Sunday. Okay, well, thank you, Ramona. Thank you all. It was so great to get to know more about you, Mindy, and so good to catch up with everybody. And
Thank you, Catherine.
Yeah,
We love
love
you.
team.
Yeah, thank you very much.
All right. Well, thank the Patreon subscribers for making it all possible.
Thank you, Patreon
everybody.
subscribers.
Nice.
57 super nice people. I love
Solid.
them all. We
Excellent.
do this for them. All right. So at the end of the show, you will once again see links to where you can find all these fabulous people. Please reach out to them. Let them know you met them here on the show and you want to buy their music and or jewelry and or have them record your album. And that's it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we will see you next time.